What is the first thing that you put out for decorations?
For what? For Christmas?
For Christmas, I would. The very first thing that I do is I bring out my polar bears and the Christmas plates.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I love polar bears, and I've started a nice collection of polar bears, and I got polar bears on the Christmas tree too.
Do you? Oh, awesome.
So when does your Christmas tree go up, and when does it come down?
This is going to be an argument.
Okay.
The Christmas tree goes up the first weekend of December.
Okay.
Gary wanted it, like 2 days before Christmas.
That's
and I looked at him and I said, "Who puts it up?
Yeah.
Who takes it down?"
That's too busy. Yeah.
That's a lot of work for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to have it up early so I can enjoy it because I love the lights.
Oh,
I like the shiny lights, and I like white lights on my tree, but I've got a string of blue in there.
Oh,
just
that's pretty.
to offset it a little bit. But I go all out for Christmas. For the winter months, I've got it everywhere.
I love white lights on other people's trees. I do, and I think they're magical. And I tried one year, and I sat back. That's not my tree. I had to have all the colored lights from when I was little.
Well, I still got the old string of lights.
Yeah.
Those old big bulbs.
Yeah.
I used to wrap that inside around the trunk.
Yeah.
So that some of those colored lights would be in the back.
Yeah.
But then I thought, they take up a lot of electricity and they start to get hot. So I kind of stopped using them.
Yeah. Huh. And then when do you take it down?
Probably about the first week of January.
Okay,
so I have it up about a month.
Good. No. How about you? When do you take yours down or put it up?
Well, I usually try and put it up the weekend after Thanksgiving. So Thursday, Thanksgiving, and now we go to our kids for Thanksgiving. So come home. I don't have to worry about cleaning the house for Thanksgiving. But I can get the stuff out and put the tree up that weekend. Sometimes the weekend after that, depending. But the tradition from when I was a kid, my mother's birthday is January 6th, which is the Epiphany, and also known as Little Christmas. When she grew up in New York, that was Little Christmas. And that was always when she took the tree down. And that was when I took the tree down. It was January 6th, Little Christmas.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I had kids and the kids were off to school that I realized when the kids are at school, you can take the tree down all by yourself. Nobody's helping you. And you put the ornaments where you want them. They're organized. Everything's there.
Exactly.
Everything's cleaned and organized the way you want it. And nobody is helping. And I called my mother and I went, "Now I know why you wait until your birthday to do this job." And she just laughed and went, "Well, it's a good time to put it away." So that it was a tradition for a couple of reasons, and I've kept it up even though my kids are long gone out of the house and no longer. And they would be good helpers now anyway, being in their 40s.
Yeah.
So
now you can trust them.
Yeah. Do you guys have real trees?
We have a real tree. Every year we try to cut it, but some of the tree farms are getting depleted, so we let the trees grow. But yeah, we run out and get our real tree. We put it up like the week of Christmas.
Tree.
No, that's not what I meant.
It's really
we have a really real tree.
I fold it up and put it in a box and save it until the next year, and then I put it up again the next year.
See, we used to have real trees, and we used to go out and go to the tree farm cut down our trees. And when, I remember one of the last times we did that is the boys were in high school. And we were all out on the tree farm, and we're having a snowball fight in the trees. And I hid behind this one tree, and the snowball came right through the tree.
Bap.
Bam! How did it happen? I don't know. But yeah, and then
they had fun doing
then that one year we went to get a Christmas tree. The boys are gone, and I've got bronchitis so bad, and I'm out there in the cold, and I'm hacking up a lung.
I'm having fun. That one's good.
We pick out the tree, and we're starting to walk back with the tree, and do you know that tree died within a week?
It caught your cold or whatever you had.
It was like all the leaves or the needles just fell off, and I went, we just spent $75
I know.
on a real tree that died in a week, and I could not justify doing that.
Did you cut the bottom and put it in hot water?
Yeah.
Stuff, but real live trees. Live trees are a lot of work, and they clog up your vacuum. I do love the smell. I know some people can't handle the pine, but we do that. And then ours stays up until probably the second week in January.
Okay.
I like it up.
During COVID, let me tell you, that tree stayed up a lot longer.
Like February?
End of January, because I just needed the color.
Yeah.
I really needed the color.
I have such a hard time with people that are like, oh, Christmas is over. Everything's packed up. Yeah. That drives me crazy. I'm like, what about, like, especially when you have kids, you got to have the toys all underneath there. You got to have stuff. It's like you finally can relax and go, oh, my tree and all that fun stuff is done. You can just relax, and everyone's like, nope, I got to put it away. Drives me crazy. That's where I thought our argument might be, but all of you are good.
Yeah. I decorate outside. I decorate outside.
Yeah.
I love, we start the decorating outside like the minute Thanksgiving is over. We're out.
I can't get Mark to do it.
Last year, we actually did it. We put most of the lights up a week or two before Thanksgiving. We did not turn it on.
Right.
Okay.
But we've got them in place because it was warmer.
Yeah.
You got the garland around the door, and you got the garland on the little hooks by your walkway, and you got the spotlights here, and and the wisteria vine has the lights in it.
I want a wisteria vine. Anyway.
Awesome. And I got, underneath the wisteria vine, because the big arbor we have, I put in some artificial trees in there. They look like little woodland trees.
Okay.
And then I got my little red wagon, and I put in there, and I got some old trees hanging in there, and an old sled and ski poles.
I do have an old sled.
Skis and ice skates. All this.
Will you help me decorate outside?
Sure.
I'll have to do it right. I think the trick is to do it earlier with, not that you all care, with Mark. He starts busy at work. Sure. Yeah. And then we don't have time to get that up. So that Thanksgiving weekend, you're going to put lights out on everything.
Yeah, I am. I am.
I like it.
Yeah, so Christmas to me that's my holiday. I love that holiday.
I do too.
And the lights are because it is the darkest time of the year.
Yes.
It's the shortest day, longest night, and it really helps to brighten our spirits, to bring light.
There's something totally magical about Christmas lights.
Christmas is magical.
It is.
I love Christmas. It's magical, and to me, it's just like, it gives me hope for humanity. I know that Easter is supposed to, but no, Christmas doesn't.
I know Christmas for me too. Is that your favorite holiday?
I have a couple of favorites, but for the reason of bringing light into the world, we put lighted electric candles
in the windows.
Windows.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that we've done. Now we've got, for a variety of reasons, we've only got 2 candles on our downstairs front windows this year. But we, since COVID, right after Christmas in 2020, we turned, or not right after, but about a week or so after Epiphany, we turned the candle lights off. And then when they were still in place, right when COVID started, and we had this whole feeling of we're all in this together, we're all in lockdown, and we turned the candle lights back on.
That's neat.
At least the ones to the front of the house, because we had lights in every window in the house practically. So we had the ones that faced the front of the house, or that were in the front of the house, and it really seemed, we had people thanking us. Thank you for turning your lights on, our neighbors would say. And we gradually, for one reason and another, just, ended up with just the 2 upstairs and 2 downstairs, keeping those on. And now it's just the 2 downstairs. But, we just,
she's dwindling now.
Yeah, we're dwindling, yeah. But people are saying, oh, you're that's the house with the candles in the windows.
Oh, nice.
So, and we've got a candle that lights up inside of our front entrance. And we've got a spotlight on the front door. And it's just, on Halloween it was a green light.
Yeah.
So, but it won't be green for Christmas. But we want our front porch and our front door to be illuminated and to be welcoming and bright and warm.
I like
And
that.
that is, it's one of those things, if that's all it is. We used to have lighted wire Christmas trees in our front yard.
Oh,
Nice.
sure.
And that was, and then they ended up shorting out and stuff on about the 4th or 5th Christmas that we had them out. But that was kind of a neat effect. So making those lights and having when we have the Christmas tree on, we keep our front window open, our front curtains.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So that passersby can see it. And
Well, we can't put the tree in front of the window.
no,
The ducks.
the dogs.
Ours
That
is-
and it blocks the little bit of light we do get
Yeah.
into the house. So,
Yeah.
so
You do what you can.
I've got all the lights outside that they can look at. It's all pretty outside.
Yeah, we used to have bushes in front, but we took those out when we redid the porch
Yeah.
and stuff. And we used to have put garlands up, but the plastic kind of died a couple of years ago, and we opened it up and it was like, oh, this isn't going to work this year. So we got to figure out something else.
Yeah, we're restringing our garland with lights for the sidewalk because, last year it was kind of looking a little
old.
Are you familiar with Luminaria? What Luminaria are? They're, if you get the official ones, I mean, they're so expensive. They're brown paper bags, lunch bags.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And you just put a candle in them. It's usually on Christmas Eve.
Yep.
And they look magical.
They do.
They do.
And
they
they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
And we used to do that on Christmas Eve, and then we would go to church and then come back, and some of them would have gone out because of the wind, and some of them would have burned.
I've done them with white, but yeah.
But the ones that were still on were, it was still looked like a golden lantern in our along our. And we didn't have much of a sidewalk, but we'd do it along the front of the house and then down the driveway. And it was always such a nice
we
nice
have our walk up to the house. It's a nice walk, but it's a good foot. So if you stepped off, you would
boom.
it's a drop. So what we did is we bought the little shepherd's hooks.
Oh, sure.
And put them along the side, and then we have a string of lanterns during the year, and those just come on every night.
Oh, sure.
At dark, and then go at a certain time, and then I take them off and I put the garland on there. But I have big decorative ornaments that hang on each pole.
Oh,
nice.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Very nice.
it's got a warm feeling to it. But then we put where we do have the railings on the main deck area, we have garland there with lights. and then around our door.
I need to really beef it up outside, I think.
You've got some competition there.
I do have an old sled that's going to come out. And I usually put garland on the front porch with the lights on it because a lot of people don't really see our house.
Yeah,
But
you're kind of back in the woods.
But I do have some stuff because we have grandkids come over, so I have some things I put out there. Our tree always stands in front of the patio doors, so when you come up the driveway, you always see it, and I leave it on. Those lights that we have don't get hot.
No, and I turn the lights on right away in the morning.
Yeah. I love it though. It's neat.
You do it for yourself too.
It's for
Yeah.
me. It is. It's for me.
Does anyone I get really sad when I have to take the tree down. Usually I end up doing it mostly myself because our tree is like a scrapbook. I'm like, oh, I remember they made this. I remember this crumbled up thing with the macaroni that's falling off. Oh, I remember these are when I was little and this was from this one when they were born. And it's like, this is from Ireland. All these things that are on this tree. It's more of a memory and a memory. Story of our lives. And every year I'm putting them away and I cry, I think, a little bit at least every year.
Well, that is interesting because our tree used to be that, but now that the grandkids are older and
I'm not
and
giving
it's like
them to them.
I'm
They're
like
all mine.
but I went through a stage where I was like, what about me?
Yeah.
And then I really started playing around with different looks for the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And I did settle upon that the tree is animals, wildlife.
Oh, I do love that.
And it's got a winter, it would be like a tree you would see decorated out in the woods.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think I had it like that last year. I saw it, yes.
Yeah, I tried the Victorian tree. It was pretty, but it wasn't me.
Our main tree has to be that with the colored lights. I do have like a couple little trees. I have a little one in the bathroom, like this, and that's white, and then I've got other things.
Yeah,
I have like a really skinny little tree. I got a couple, and I put the woodland things on that one I could do. But anyway,
yeah. So I got little sprigs in there, and it just looks like a wildlife kind of.
That's awesome. And then I have a big, like a Santa collection, mostly from my mother. Over the years I bought her Santas for her Santa collection. Well, now I have most of them. But anyway, so I have all those out. And what was really cool is my granddaughter said, Grandma, I love your house at Christmas. It just gives that Christmas vibe. And that's exactly what I wanted. So I love
cool.
that.
Yeah. That's the place to go. Go to Grandma's.
Go to Grandma's.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked a lot about the things that we had mentioned and kind of brainstormed about, but I want to get to our stories about the best or worst Christmas gifts. And because we've hinted at it, we try not to give away too many details so we can react to each other's stories like live on these videos. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Sherry.
I'll go. I'll
okay.
go. I gotta. Well, first of all, this. I look back and I feel bad because anytime anyone gives me something, that's an honor and that's a special thing. Now, my mother-in-law, who has passed, I love you, she was just, she was just, we didn't have the same style, let's put it that way, and she didn't always know what to get people for Christmas. She wasn't a traditional person, but she also, gave all the time. She was so giving. I just feel like I got to give this disclaimer because she was just the most wonderful person. But this one Christmas, I remember she, first of all, one year she just did not know how to do all this traditional stuff. We were all gathered and it's like, well, where is Betty? we don't know. She was at the store. And it's like, well, oh my God. She comes back with her Santa sack from whatever, Target or wherever. And she starts passing out stuff. And one of Mark's sisters goes, I don't like the smell of that. Oh, here, Sherry, I got it for you. I mean, she just was, I kid you not, she was just hilarious. And I'm like, well, thank you. And I'm just going with it. And everyone else is like, oh my gosh. But anyway, but she was just the sweetest person. But the one thing that I have to laugh about was I opened up a present and it was this Virgin Mary, beautiful, but it was like on a clock. And it was like, the art was kind of neat. It was like, I'm trying to, wrap my head around it. And then it was like this tin, like the metal, kind of iridescent-y. And it was kind of, well, that's kind of interesting. But the clicker was, when you flick a little switch in the back, there were red lights all around the edge of it. And I think they blinked. And I'm like, so it's like the red light district Virgin Mary clock, and I'm like, I don't know what. She's like, I got one for Jan too. And I got on the phone. I'm like, Jan, I just thought I'd give you a heads up. You're getting one of these. So just be prepared,
Oh,
and I have laughed so hard about that gift.
Do you still have it?
I somewhere, and I'm sorry because I'm sure she thought it was just beautiful, and I'm like, oh my God, blue lights, for the Virgin would have been better, but like these little lights, I'm like, oh my gosh, red light Virgin Mary. But anyway,
white lights would have been nice.
White light, anything would have been better than the red. You know what? Let's not put the Virgin Mary on a clock.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did like the little lamp she gave me one year that had teddy bears on. It's like a night light, so there was that. But anyway, that's my probably worst.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, my gift was a challenge to Santa. Oh. Because it was around that age where, is Santa real? Mm-hmm. And I apologize if there are any kids listening, because I had asked I liked dolls. I had a lot of dolls as a kid, and I played with them all the time. I had enough dolls that I created scenarios and role played and all that. And at the Montgomery Ward store in where I lived when I grew up, that's where we saw Santa every year, and we'd go up and we'd walk up this ramp and we'd sit on his lap and we'd tell him what we wanted. And for a couple of years in a row, I had asked for this one particular beautiful bride doll that was there in the Montgomery Ward's toy section. And she was probably, 11 or 13, 14 inches tall. Beautiful white dress, and I suppose a veil too. Beautiful bride doll. And I didn't get her.
Oh.
And the next year, I asked, there she was again. She still was there in the store, and I asked again for the bride doll.
No.
And I didn't get her. And I thought, well, what the heck, Santa? Come on.
I thought you were supposed to be so magical.
And I thought, okay, well, this year if I don't get that doll, I'll know that Santa is not real, because I was beginning to have my doubts.
Yeah.
And I, of course I wasn't going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
But I thought,
hard.
this was the critical point in my believing in Santa.
Yeah.
And so Christmas morning comes, and there's this long package with my name on it. And there she was.
Oh, was she?
Oh.
It was the right doll?
It was the
God.
right doll.
I'm waiting for it to be the wrong one.
No, it was the doll from Montgomery Ward's.
Oh.
And I thought, oh, Santa, you're real.
Yeah.
Came through.
That's
oh my
so
gosh.
Awesome.
Except she was the dumbest doll. She was...
What made her dumb?
Well, because
You thought she wasn't dumb when you asked
I
for
know I asked for her. But all my other dolls could take on different roles. They could be.
She was just a bride.
She was just a bride.
A forever bride.
Forever bride. She was, like always the bridesmaid. No, she was always the bride.
Was she the runaway bride?
Well, we didn't never groom, so I don't know. Runaway groom. But all the other dolls could be a brother or a sister. They could be a baby in a hospital. They could be a student in a school. But this doll could only be the bride. And so, eventually I figured out, okay, she was dressed in white. She could be a nurse at the hospital. Or maybe she could be a teacher, except I was always the teacher in the school. But, but it was like she only had one set of clothes.
Yeah.
So that was the dumbest stuff I ever had, because
we should ask for clothes for your dumb doll.
Dumb doll. That was it. And I don't know. I think I should have asked my grandma to sew some doll clothes or something. But that was it. It was it was the doll I wanted desperately.
The excitement and then the letdown.
And the letdown. And that to believe in Santa. And then she was a dumb, stupid bride.
Forever stupid bride.
Forever bride. So that was like the best.
She was just waiting. She never had a groom. You never saw a groom, did you?
Never did see a groom.
She was just waiting to be.
She was
always
a Barbie.
waiting. She was always waiting at the altar.
Yes.
This was a Barbie without a Ken. So she wasn't. That was before Barbie came along. But anyway,
my gosh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. So that was my best and worst in one.
All in one.
All in one.
Oh, well, I was in
I'm already laughing.
Our oldest child was about 2 years old, and it's no big secret that I wasn't ever really close with my mother for reasons that I won't say, but she sent us, the three of us, a Christmas gifts. So Josh gets a truck, a really nice, not an expensive truck, but a nice little truck for a 2-year-old, Gary, my husband, he gets something, I can't remember what it was, but, it was like, oh. So I open up mine thinking, oh, this is going to be good this year. And I pull this thing out of the bag.
I don't know what I'm laughing at, but
I don't either, but I'm picking.
But it was a plastic tree, just a tree with branches sticking out, just brown plastic, and it was stuck in what was supposed to be like a pile of dirt.
Christmas tree or just a tree?
A hardwood tree.
Hardwood tree.
A hardwood tree. Just this the trunk.
Did it
your
have
branches
green
come off.
leaves on it?
There was no leaves. It was bare.
It was a bare tree?
It was just a bare tree sitting in this plastic pile of brown, what's supposed to be probably the earth. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, what is this? And I went like that and it went ding. So I went, look at what I got. And that was the bendy tree. Thank you, Mom.
Bendy tree. Oh
bendy
my
tree?
I called
gosh.
it a bendy tree because
And
you could
that's-
pick it up and go, and it would just flop.
Oh my God.
It's like the things at the gas or the out of the car dealerships that
That
That's
blew
it.
all
No,
over. That would have been cool.
that would have been cool, but it's but they have a motor with air
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff, and this didn't have.
It was just, you just sat there and I'm thinking, well,
To this day, you can't
I
figure
can't
it out.
figure out what it was used for because you wouldn't use it as a
for meditation. You meditate on the bendy tree.
I don't know what she was thinking, but my other siblings got, homemade jams.
Yeah.
Oh,
I get a bendy tree.
Well, if you shake the fern behind you, that could be a bending tree.
That's kind of like a.
Oh no, that's much nicer. This was just a plastic brown hardwood that was supposed to resemble a hardwood tree. The mound was about this tall, about this big around there, stuck to the little tree. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to find some.
I don't know.
Do you still have it?
Oh hell no.
Oh well, we usually don't spare.
Not usually.
Can I tell one more story?
Certainly.
Do we have time?
I'm sure we do. We're just making
There
this
was
up as we go.
again disclaimer. Kids maybe shouldn't listen to this
this
one.
one,
But I mean, it's not anyway. When
It's
my
not R-rated.
when it was, we have 3 kids. Bethany was still pretty young, but it was the boys that were older that they were starting to doubt Santa Claus. And like, Mom, really? And I think Ethan was 11 and Trevor was 9. And they're like, I said, well, Santa doesn't come if you don't believe. Santa is like the spirit of Christmas. We can all be like Santa. I mean, I was, edging around the whole issue. And he said, well, how does that happen? You guys don't do all of that, do you? I'm like, well, I don't know. But anyway, so they said, we don't believe it. I said, well, let's set the videotape up in front of the tree.
Okay.
We'll set it up and we'll just leave it on all night. And you can see that it's not us. And so Mark sets up the camera. If you know anything about Mark, he's meticulous.
He is.
So he got it set up, and we turned it off, and we did our thing, and everything's under there, and we put everything for everyone that's coming over. So it's a big mound, and it's magical, and we turned it back on. But Mark fixed it so that there was the very, very, very slightest little beep, but you could hardly tell unless you're really looking that it was shut off and shut back on again. So the next day, they're like, okay, let's watch the video. We were cracking up. And the boys are like, because it was like you're watching this video. It's total quiet. I don't know if we even played music in the background. But it was like they weren't there. And then they were. And it wasn't any time in between. And they were like, I love it. And it was like the great, we're cracking up. And I'm turning my cracking up into like, this is just awesome. Isn't that amazing? It's so, but it was like one of the, and they actually really did for a while. I think that carried them on a little bit. Even they were like, that was weird. But I loved that. That was
cool.
Oh, that's cool. It was so cool.
Very cool.
Because you couldn't tell. You really couldn't tell. And they wanted to watch it again and again and again because they just couldn't figure it out.
Oh,
That is very cool.
Yeah.
So
that's very clever.
Anybody have doubting kids at home, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Set up your phone, but you got to have a remote control that, one of these little things is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And only costs about $10 or $11 at Best Buy. We don't get credit, we don't get kickbacks, but it's not that expensive, and little click so you don't juggle the phone or
And
anything.
play with it until it's right.
Anywhere you buy phones, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get one of those.
Get 'em.
Yeah. We use them all the time.
Yes, we do.
Which is a really good lead in to thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. Please add your own comments about your memories of holidays, of these fall holidays, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. And if we sparked a memory for you or made you think of something that you hadn't thought of for a while, please add it to the comments. We'd love to read your comments. And if you have any questions for us, please put those in the comments too. We'd love to hear from you. And we are
Project Communication.
And we are
Perfectly imperfect. They took my sprayer away.
Yeah.
because she has a tendency to
Spray
spray
the
my
Bye.
Bye. No.
There was another one, but we were getting long.
Yeah, we were.
Oh my gosh. Do you know the whole put the pickle on the tree?
Yes. 56 minutes.
Yeah.